Hi again, everybody. Welcome into another edition of Inside Cowboy Football with McNeese head coach Lance Guidry. I'm your host, Ron Hayes, and we're happy we're here, Coach, but we're a little bit tired today. This is a Sunday after the Saturday night, and we were way over in Abilene, Texas, weren't we?
Long way away. I think we got in around 8 o'clock.
This morning.
This morning we saw the sun rise, and I really don't want to ever do that again. It'd be very, very hard, seriously, if we had a game this week.
Yeah.
Being able to get our kids prepared and our coaches try to get a game plan together for the next week. So it was a long ride back. I think it's a trip that possibly we need to fly back for sure. Don't mind busing up there, but coming back, we need to fly back. If we had a game this week, strongly suggest try to raise some money to make that happen.
You would go from 9.5 hours on the road on a good trip to about an hour and a half.
About an hour and a half, yeah. And you get back and, you know, that traveling is one thing. Traveling on a bus is a whole other thing.
Yeah.
You know, kids that are hurt a little bit hurt even more when they get back. So it's just a recovery time. You don't have as much, but thank God we got an open week this week, and it's working out for the Cowboys busing all the way back.
The luck of the draw for the schedule this year may not be that way in 2 years.
It might not be that way in 2 years. You know, our open date may not fall after this long trip. So yeah. I think it's something we have to put in our plans of probably getting a plane to fly us back at least.
Also, Coach, you were blessed with perfect weather. I think it was, 75 at kickoff. The humidity was like 26%. There was a little slight breeze, not a cloud in the sky. It really was gorgeous.
It really was nice. It felt like a fall, like an October.
Yes, it did.
Real October.
Football game.
And it was very cool, a little crisp, and I thought the kids played really fast, played hard. Nobody had problems with cramping because the weather was so good, and the turf was fabulous. They had really good artificial surface, and I think it's the kind that we're going to probably install next year.
And we're going to show you fans what it looked like. We're going to take a break right now and come back with highlights from the first half. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Inside Cowboy Football would like to thank the 2017 show sponsors.
Delta Downs, we're famous for exciting casino and racing action. And with a stunning new hotel, pool, and restaurant, the new Delta Downs is just too good to pass up.
So there's no cars in this commercial, but we're not going to talk about cars. We're going to talk about an experience. I think it's safe to say that people's expectations of their customer experience these days is pretty low. But you're about to spend your hard-earned money, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars of it. Don't settle for being treated like you're worth less than that. Expect a red carpet experience, not the same old shady salesman or bully manager or long hold times you're used to. All you have to do is raise your expectations and then look around and see who's left to choose from.
Tricks or treats all month long at Delta Downs. This October, you could win up to $2,500 cash when you play Cauldrons of Cash, only at Delta Downs. Just take I-10 to Vinton. Visit deltadowns.com for details.
All right, welcome back into more of Inside Cowboy Football. And Coach, let's go back to Abilene where the Cowboys get a big win.
We did get a big win. A new stadium, not very big, but it's right up on top of you, which is good. And very good playing surface. Our kids really liked it. And like you said, it was a cool night. There you see the American flag. Here come the Cowboys coming out.
What was the mindset coming into the game, Coach?
We knew we had to take care of business. I was a little worried going for an open date, and we know we got some big games ahead, and we played so good against SFA, so I was a little worried.
Plus, you spent the night before on the road, so it was kind of an extended road trip.
Sure. Here we go. We're taking it out of the end zone right here. Trevor Becky ends up almost falling by himself, but they made a big hit on the first play of the game.
Coach, I really didn't see it, but there's only 3 steps behind that end zone to the wall they have there. It is really right on top of the players.
Yes, very close. His defense playing really hard. That chance of safety right there. Defense flew around all night. We'll get to the stats later, but really good. There's Dominique Hill. He's playing lights out right now.
Look at this.
So
he's back with all of his skill.
He really is. Last year he missed half the season, and he really wasn't up to his old self. There's some young guys, some young football players. It's a good play on third down. Justin Pratt getting the first.
Pratt had over 100 yards again last night. 2 weeks in a row now.
Yeah, we did a good job of running the football again. Just didn't get in the red zone like we needed to as much, and it's another good run. Boy, they was hitting him low.
22 carries for 109 yards, Coach.
That's good. Anytime you go over 100. Here we get on the board with the first field goal, and got a little bit of pressure in there, but we end up getting it.
Rayburn kicks a 32-yard field goal right there. A little bit of a breeze, but it didn't affect him.
Right. We up 3-0 right here. They still running some trick stuff, and defense is playing well, recognizing plays, and we got a bunch of different things they was throwing at us, but really playing well right now.
Coach, y'all get everybody's best game. You
we
really
do. We do. And
you're the history, you're the tradition, you're the standard that want to raise the bar to.
Sure. I think we are the standard in the conference, always have been, and people always like beating us. Here's a good throwing catch. Ken Shelby, can't say enough about him.
Keeps the streak alive. Another game, he's got at least 1 catch.
That's correct.
He had a lot more than one, though, last night. He wound up with 6 catches for 99 yards.
Give him the jump off sides right here, so we throw it to the end zone. Darius Crowley ends up making the catch. Really for our only touchdown of the night.
There it is. Great catch.
Great catch.
He was covered.
So we up 10-3, and with the extra point, get a little bit of leakage on the extra point. There's another look at it. End up catching it with one hand. Defense. There's another trick play, and then they end up throwing it to the guy that they faked it to. They end up getting midfield on us on a kickoff return, and really kind of flip the field on us, and this is going to come their score right here. Bunch of tackles for losses, and guys flying around. It's Trey Porter again, Dominique Hill.
Showing speed, Coach.
Yes, sir. They're going to dial up a good play right here. Young defensive end chases the dive, and he don't have it, and they end up making the cut and scoring on us. So
Their touchdown of the night.
Only touchdown, first touchdown, and good play by them.
11:43 left in the first half when they score. 10-7, Cowboys up.
Here we got the ball back again. James ended up getting half of that thing back. Got 3rd and 5 right here. Little man ends up making the first down, almost comes out of that thing.
Boy, bounced another 3 yards,
yes,
it looked
sir.
like.
It's 8:20 left on the clock. They end up hitting James right here.
Yep, they got his arm right when he was firing.
So we end up settling for another field goal, which puts us up 13-7. We'd love to have a touchdown right there. We end up going for it on 4th down and getting it right there, but then we had to settle for a field goal.
You like your field goal game right now?
Yes, but
It's improving?
it's improving, but we're still having too much leakage. People getting through. They haven't blocked it yet, but they're close. Here's a good blitz on 3rd down. We end up getting a sack. It's B.J. Blunt and Jamario Gross.
Almost the end of the first half now.
James is pulling that ball down a little early. He's not going through his progression.
Boy, he got pounded.
You're looking at the rush. There's no pressure there when he's pulling down the ball, and just can't have that.
All right, Cowboys go in 13-7 into the first half. Fans, stay with us. We'll come back with second half action right after this pause.
At Delta Downs, we're famous for exciting casino and racing action. And with a stunning new hotel, pool, and restaurant, the new Delta Downs is just too good to pass up.
Game time. It's time for Market Basket Smokehouse Sausage and Boudin. Tailgating at the big game or grilling on the patio before kickoff, Market Basket Smokehouse is your winning team. We make all our sausage and boudin in-store with 7 unique blends of sausage and 5 award-winning boudin recipes. And remember Market Basket party trays from the Bakery Deli and fresh fruit or veggie trays, perfect for pre-game appetizers. Market Basket and Market Basket Smokehouse, the winning team.
It's tricks or treats all month long at Delta Downs. This October, you could win up to $2,500 cash when you play Cauldrons of Cash, only at Delta Downs. Just take I-10 to Vinton. Visit deltadowns.com for details.
All right, Coach Lance Guidry, let's go back. Second half action from Abilene, Texas last Saturday night.
Yes, sir. We had the ball first, so in the second half, we got a kickoff. So we get a kickoff right there. We kind of kicked it to the other side, across the field, which was really good. We ended up getting this ball tackled inside the 15, which is huge. It's Marcus Foster right there. So that's really good kickoff coverage. Then they go trying to run toss, but just too fast. Look at DJ Blunt. That guy can run, man.
Look at here. New to the program.
New position. Moving the linebacker from DB.
All right.
This was a good play by them. We ended up checking the coverage on one side, and we didn't do it on the other. It's probably one of their biggest gains right here.
Gives him a little hope.
Good. We didn't hit him out of bounds, which was good. Get the third down right here, and we have Cowboy. I know we should. I was on him. God, we got to get that. Look how mad I am on the side. We need to get that pick, but we stopped. Third down again. Oh, it's first down. I'm sorry. Got a strip. Guy ended up hurting his knee right there.
Yeah, they had to walk him out, I think,
Yes,
after
sir.
the play. Here come the Cowboys back.
Getting sacked, holding the ball in there. Got to get rid of the ball if you're going to hold it in there. They got good field position again. We never could get this thing flipped, it didn't seem like. Almost gave up one right here. Corner came back out of coverage to go to the quarterback. Here we get a sack right here by Andre Fuller. Another pressure on third down, really good.
On your previous play, the corner was in just the right position. The ball hit him instead of going in
That's
the hands
correct.
of the receiver.
So here's the fourth quarter. We're starting right here.
Going for it.
And we go to Ken again.
What a catch.
Big time.
What a
Big
catch.
time.
Morale-wise, that lights your bench up when he does something like
It does.
that.
It really does. There goes a Harvey sticker on their helmet. Here we go. Good screen call by Coach Hofer. Ken, really good job getting upfield. This is huge because we flipped the field right here. And we wasn't scoring, but we was able to flip the field, so we kept them pinned back, and they never had an opportunity. It's a good blitz by them. Hit Darius Crowley on the speed sweep.
That knocked him out of the game.
Knocked him out, sure did. Went
And
for it
we're
on fourth
and
down
long.
right here.
And what was the reason there? You just thought you had it?
What I didn't want, after we're finished, I'll talk about it.
Great.
Here's a screen and go right here that we'd worked on all week. Corey kind of cut him loose a little bit right there, but good job. Good job of disguising things. They tried it again. Guy pushed off. Just playing really good coverage right now. Try to reverse. Pass. Great pass breakup by Andre Fuller.
He wasn't fooled.
No,
he
sir.
wasn't fooled at all.
No, sir. And they're trying to do everything they can to try to get this thing.
Look
We
at
got
this.
him on the run again. There's
Yep.
Michael Uday putting pressure. He throws out that. I mean, I just don't understand. That's throwing to the bench. But, hey, whatever. We get the ball back. Good run. Inside their 40. Trying to flip the field again. Inside the 50. Try to go to the screen again. Kind of held on to him. Now, this is a crazy play. We throw the ball downfield, but we got linemen downfield because it was a screen. But they get called for personal foul because their guy was arguing with all of our guys. So we end up getting a 5-yard penalty. They got a 15-yard penalty, so we got the first down by a yard.
Automatic first down.
They had no timeouts left, so we win the game.
That's a ball game.
Yeah, and
That
I'm saying
happens
I
at-
want to talk to the white hat.
Well, that starts at 1:03 left in the ball game, and by the time all the discussion ends, Coach, you walk out 13-7 victory.
That's exactly right. Big question that people were asking was, why didn't we kick the field goal when was down there? But the way our offense was playing, we wasn't scoring points. And I was scared if we go to kick a field goal and they block this thing and they scoop and score, how are we going to score points? Because the whole half, we ain't scored nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? If we're going to win or lose this game, it's going to be on our back on defense. I'm not going to give them a chance of blocking a field goal, scooping and scoring because, of course, on field goal, you've got a bunch of linemen and some tight ends, you have no skill guys. Well, if they block that thing and a skill guy picks it up,
See
ain't
ya.
nobody catching them.
See ya.
It's over.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? I'm going to put it in the hands of the defense, and that's what we did, and ended up paying off for us. So, and we kept getting leakage. We had a big guy kept coming through over our guard, and I was scared that he was going to block a kick, to tell you the truth. So we decided to go for the first down instead.
Okay. All right, Coach. Appreciate that. Fans, stay with us. We'll be back for more after this break.
At Delta Downs, we're famous for exciting casino and racing action. And with a stunning new hotel, pool, and restaurant, the new Delta Downs is just too good to pass up.
So there's no cars in this commercial, but we're not going to talk about cars. We're going to talk about an experience. I think it's safe to say that people's expectations of their customer experience these days is pretty low. But you're about to spend your hard-earned money, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars of it. Don't settle for being treated like you're worth less than that. Expect a red carpet experience, not the same old shady salesman or bully manager or long hold times you're used to. All you have to do is raise your expectations and then look around and see who's left to choose from.
For nearly 85 years, Merchants and Farmers Bank has provided dependable personal banking for Central and Southwest Louisiana. I saw your new boat last week, Chuck. Looks like fun. We have 8 convenient locations, checking and savings accounts, online bill pay, mortgage and personal loans, even a new app that allows you to take a picture of your paycheck and deposit it. Can't wait to see your kitchen remodel, Pam. Come in today to open a personal account. Merchants and Farmers, your future begins with our history.
It's tricks or treats all month long at Delta Downs. This October, you could win up to $2,500 cash when you play Cauldrons of Cash, only at Delta Downs. Just take I-10 to Vinton. Visit deltadowns.com for details.
All right, Coach Guidry, the Cowboys, you always like to look at that top stat first, right?
That's right. McNeese 13-7, most important one. First downs, of course, we had 20 of their 12. Rushing yards, we had 163 to their 24. And we had 175 yards past their 114. So total offense, 338. That's a little low for us, but they only had 138 yards total offense. Penalties was about even. Possession time, we had the ball almost 40 minutes. They're 20. Third down conversion, we were 6 of 16. They were 4 of 13. Turnovers, 0 of 0. And red zone, we were 3 of 4, and they were 1 for 1.
Coach, it's amazing when you look at the stat sheet that they were even in the ball game.
That is very true. That's very true. You know, we were 3 of 4 in the red zone, but we settled for field goals, and the other time we didn't get anything. So because we went 4 on 4th down, but yeah, game probably should have been a little bit more lopsided, but it's still a win. Still counts the same.
There you go. So how do the Cowboys rank in the Southland standings?
Well, right now Central Arkansas, of course, is at the top. They're 3-0 in conference, 4-1 record. We're 5-1 overall record. We're 3-1, along with Nichols 3-1, Southeastern 3-1, Sam Houston's 2-1. SFA's 2-2, so is Abilene. Northwestern is 1-2, and Lamar, Houston Baptist, and Cornet Word haven't won a conference game yet.
Cowboys are right there in the hunt, right there in the thick of it.
We're right there in the hunt. Of course, we got some big ball games coming up.
Yeah.
We're open this week in Cornet Word, the next, of course, and then we go to UCA, which they're ahead of the conference, ahead of everybody. They beat Sam Houston, and I think everybody's counting on us to knock them off. I know Nichols and Sam Houston is because Central Arkansas beat Sam Houston. Nichols don't play them this year.
Okay.
So they're hoping that, we can get the job done and knock them off, and it'd be really interesting what everybody would have lost in conference.
Well, we may just see it.
We might.
May just see it. All right, let's go to the player interviews now, Coach, and see how your team felt after the game.
It was a great team win. All that traveling. It took a lot of, it put a lot on our body, but we fought together as a team, and we came out with the dub.
We really came out tonight. We were prepared. We knew ACU was going to come out firing. We knew they were going to be prepared to attack us on the perimeter. So we did everything we could. We conditioned ourselves. We prepared during the week. We did a lot of things. We took a lot of steps to make sure that this game was going to be sealed away from the beginning.
Every game we come out, we believe it's on our shoulders to win the game. We have to keep the offense out of the end zone and make sure that we execute the game plan so that if they don't score any points, we win the game. But we gave up 7. But if our goal is to keep it under 13 points, and we did that, and we won the game.
They had a pretty solid defense, a lot more sound than what we had last week. We knew that coming in. They were a lot like HBU, just big, strong guys and very disciplined.
They schemed us up pretty well. They knew that when we get closer to the red zone, I like that outside release, and they never let me get the outside release. So we just worked on it. I talked to Coach Hof about it. We never really got another red zone opportunity to do it, but they was a good defense. Hats off to them, and good luck to them.
That off week is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna take my trip home for the first time in a while. It's gonna be pretty nice.
For the team's sake, get healthy. Everybody come back, get the treatment they need, rest up. But as a team, 5-1, that's a great accomplishment because I remember the 2015 year. We didn't lose a game, but we had a game like this recently 2 years ago, and we battled to overcome that. So I really see some positive things going on for us.
Well, Coach, it looks like the Cowboys are looking forward to the open week.
They are. I think it comes at the right time. You know, we're 6 games in. We got 5 left, and we need to get some guys back healthy. You know, Jermaine Antoine, we played, still isn't all the way healthy. He only played a little bit this past week. Tavares Baptiste didn't play at all. And we got some nicks and bruises, you know. Parker Ogeron was hurt again.
Yep.
So we'll get everybody back. Hopefully we get Ben Jones back. We'll get some more defensive guys back, and we'll be rested and good to go for incarnate work.
All right, Coach. We're going to go now to our player interview. Not player, our assistant coach interview.
I wish he was still a
should say.
player.
Yeah, really. Kerry Joseph. Remember him? Yeah, he works at McNeese now. And he also is the wide receiver coach and the co-offensive coordinator. Here's Kerry. Our guest today for assistant coach interview is Kerry Joseph, a name that a whole bunch of folks, you out there in television land, understand and admire and respect from his playing career here at McNeese. And Kerry, you're here in a different role now as the co-offensive coordinator and the wide receiver coach, right?
Correct. Glad to be back here and just coaching a different position, but I'm having a good time doing it.
Is it tougher to coach a position you didn't play in college football? I mean, you were quarterback supreme here at McNeese, but you're not coaching quarterback.
It's not that difficult. It actually helps because a quarterback, you kind of understand what receivers need to do. And just kind of through the years, I've listened to a lot of good receiver coaches and took a lot of information in, and you know, being around receivers all the time actually helped me prepare for this. So it wasn't too difficult making that transition over to receivers.
How about, now you were a safety for a period of your professional career with Seattle. Did that come into play in your coaching duties? I mean, you were on the defensive side of the ball. Does that help you when you're coaching wide receivers on the offensive side now?
It does help because you have a better understanding of the defense, where the defensive guys are trying to fit. So when I'm coaching the receivers, I actually can talk to them about coverages, talk to them where they need to be, and also what the quarterback is going to be expecting them, or where the quarterback is going to be expecting them to be on the field also. So having that knowledge of playing on the defensive side of the football actually gave me a lot of knowledge for coaching the game of football.
Gary, the year thus far offensively has probably not been what you had expected, particularly the red zone success or lack thereof. How much is this occupying your coaching efforts for McNeese right now, in the fact that in the red zone we seem to have some fumbles that are showing up that didn't show up before, and some mishandling of the football that didn't show up before?
You know what? It's just us coming together and executing, putting a good plan together as coaches, and then having the guys trust that plan and just eliminate some of the mistakes down there. And it starts in practice. We just got to continue to get better. It's not where we want it to be right now, and we need to be more efficient in the red zone because kicking field goals and scoring touchdowns can be a big difference for your defense, for your team.
I think we found that out in the Nichols game, quite frankly.
We did, and it hurt us. You know, when you make those trips down there and you get the turnovers, the block punts, and you don't convert those into touchdowns, it puts your defense in the bind, and it can affect your team, and it did to us in the Nichols game.
Okay, grade your wide receivers thus far this year. How would you, from a coaching standpoint, grade the guys?
Right now, I would give them a B-. Okay. I think they're playing pretty good. You know, when I grade them on film, it's not a lot of missed assignments. We've had a few drops in some crucial areas of the field, but overall, they're playing pretty good. They're very competitive, and they're making plays.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck to you and the Cowboys the rest of the way, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach Kerry Joseph, co-offensive coordinator and wide receiver coach, McNeese State University. All right, Coach Guidry, grade Kerry Joseph. Tell me about him.
Well, Kerry was my roommate in college.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's my roommate, and I knew when I got the job, I wanted to bring him back, of course. And, Kerry's can do so many things. He can coach quarterbacks, he can coach wideouts. He can coach in the secondary because he's played in the secondary. He's even punted, So Kerry's played a lot of different positions. Kerry's a McNeese guy. He's very loyal. He's a man of God, which is really, really important. And he can be a great mentor to our kids. But this past week, we had Kerry, of course, at the game, Zach Bronson, Charlie Aro, and we had a visitor, Terry Irvin.
Yeah.
Action was at the game, and Terry did the pregame speech. So as many Hall of Fame guys I could bring back to be coaches here, I think the better, because those guys could be a big influence on your players, and especially transitioning into adulthood.
It's got to mean something when an NFL player is talking to you.
Sure.
And those guys have it.
And it's guys that went to the NFL from McNeese.
Yes, sir.
It's not like you bring in a guy that played at Alabama, he's on your staff, and he played in the NFL. These guys played in the NFL from McNeese. That helps in recruiting, and it helps in the process of getting your guys at your school into the the professional leagues, CFL, NFL.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. Stay with us, fans. We'll be right back.
At Delta Downs, we're famous for exciting casino and racing action. And with a stunning new hotel, pool, and restaurant, the new Delta Downs is just too good to pass up.
So there's no cars in this commercial, but we're not going to talk about cars. We're going to talk about an experience. I think it's safe to say that people's expectations of their customer experience these days is pretty low. But you're about to spend your hard-earned money, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars of it. Don't settle for being treated like you're worth less than that. Expect a red carpet experience, not the same old shady salesman or bully manager or long hold times you're used to. All you have to do is raise your expectations and then look around and see who's left to choose from.
Here's the places. These are the people. They are courteous, attentive, knowledgeable, in a word, professionals. So great prices, great products, awesome people. This combination is the reason Southwest Louisiana has voted Pumpelly Tire the #1 tire store year after year. We're honored and thankful, and our pledge to you is your continued satisfaction. Pumpelly Tire, Ruth Street in Sulphur, Ryan Street, Lake Charles.
It's tricks or treats all month long at Delta Downs. This October, you could win up to $2,500 cash when you play Cauldrons of Cash, only at Delta Downs. Just take I-10 to Vinton. Visit deltadowns.com for details.
All right, Coach Lance Guidry, a little bit different slant this week. It's the bye week. Now, what does that mean for McNeese Cowboy coaching staff and players?
Well, we don't have a game, that's for sure. But Monday, which is tomorrow, tomorrow we won't do anything. Tuesday, we'll practice Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the coaches go out recruiting Thursday, Friday. Saturday, we don't have a game. We come back on Sunday and practice, and then the next week, we go to a regular week. So
in a sense, you get a little bit of rest. In another sense, you continue working on the job.
we continue working on the job. We go against each other a little bit more than we have, and because you really don't have nobody prepared for, and we go against Incarnate Word the next week with practice. So kind of work on ourselves.
Well, I like the fact you mentioned earlier you heal a little bit. Get a
Heal a little
healing
bit,
time.
get some people back, and that's the good thing about it.
All right. Thank you, Coach. And thank you, fans. Inside Cowboy Football with Coach Lance Guidry concludes tonight. We'll see you again next Tuesday night.